This is the Itel P70, Itel's newest release. Hi, my name is Ajay from ZW Creatives. We've been using this phone for over a week and this is our review. Let's talk about what we get inside the box. Inside the box we get the phone itself, a silicone case, a branded Itel 18-watt charging brick, a USB to Type-C cable, as well as a SIM card ejector tool. First up, the design. The Itel Power 70 has a plastic build, which isn't surprising for its price. It's lightweight but has a solid feel. The back is covered with this glossy finish that's prone to fingerprints, and the front is also prone to fingerprints. The sides have a textured finish to help grip the phone more easily. They went with the tri-cam setup, although one of these is not a camera, it's actually an IR sensor, same as on the S25 Ultra by Itel. They had that implemented and they have now removed the LED notification light that was on the P65. They have removed the 50 megapixel camera and put a 13 megapixel instead. At the back it's written Marathon Power and Super Battery to signify that this is a powerful phone. The display is a 6.6 IPS LED. It's not the best display, however for day-to-day tasks it works just fine. It's quite a nice resolution as well. We're getting a 720 by 1200 pixels. That's a pixel depth of 263 pixels per inch. It also comes with a memory card slot for micro SD as well as a dual SIM slot. The Itel P70 comes in 4 colors. We have black, marine, bronze and silver. I believe I have the silver model. It looks quite premium, but I believe the black model is the best one to go for. Let's talk about ports. On the bottom we have an aux port, which you don't find on most phones nowadays. Well done Itel. A microphone, and that is a Type-C charger, and a speaker. The power button has an inbuilt fingerprint sensor so that you can easily unlock the phone without having to use a pattern or a password or type in your name, anything like that. This is a very easy, simple solution. I would have preferred an in-display fingerprint reader, but for this price point, that's quite impressive that it has a fingerprint reader. Let's talk battery life. The Power 70 isn't called Power for nothing. This comes with a 6000 mAh battery that lasts about 2 days on moderate usage. Not only do they have a 6000 mAh battery in here, they also offer a 4000 mAh power bank cover for all of those users who refuse to charge their phones daily. This is for you. This is a plastic power bank. That's a crazy amount of battery. That means combined that's 10,000 milliamp hours. That will last you almost a week without charge. Just imagine. Itel really thought about this because we have a lot of power cuts in Zimbabwe. Well done guys. The battery pack comes with a LED indicator to indicate how much power you have remaining in here. It also comes with a Type-C charging port, and it doesn't block any of your other ports because it has cutouts for your aux, your microphone and your speakers, as well as a rounded out edge to make it easy to hold in your palm. The power pack however does have a slow charging speed at 15 watts. The phone itself charges at 18 watts. That means you can get from 0 to 60 in about 30 minutes. I'm proud to report that throughout using this phone, I have only charged it once during the whole week. I've only charged it once, I've only charged the power pack once, and they've been just self-sustaining each other in this whole Itel ecosystem that they've built. That's so cool. The power pack does make the phone feel very heavy and clunky. It was hard to fit in my pocket as well. Maybe I just have small pockets. You can't really use it long periods of time holding it freestanding like this. you sort of have to set it down after about maybe 30 minutes or 25 minutes, depending on how strong your arm is. I love these cutouts on the side that it got to show off the side frame, to show off your color. I hate phone cases that hide the color of your phone. It shouldn't be like that. Why are you buying that color phone if you have a phone case that hides it? I do think over time that this little USB Type-C charger will break eventually. If you're just putting it in, taking it out, over time it will weaken or it will start to break or wear and tear. We haven't experienced that within a week, but we estimate within a year or 2 years it might just break. Itel also sent us a silicone case. That's quite a nice fit there. Hands are quite oily due to the heat, but even I'm finding it very easy to grip this phone. Let's talk performance. We ran a benchmark test on the Itel P70, and these are the results. If you want to pause and look at it, this is what it came up with throughout all the benchmarks that we tested. We used the PassMark benchmark test. It is one of the certified benchmark tests for Android and iOS. It is an average performance for what you're getting in this price range. It doesn't perform as well as your flagship phones, but it still is a great performer. It can do multitasking, it can run 3D games and 2D games. It has a very fast read and write capability. That's quite good. That's what you want in a phone. So it does pass this test, but it passes with an average score. Itel has outperformed here because this phone has 8 GB of RAM. That means 4 GB of virtual memory and 4 GB of actual memory, meaning it sacrifices some of your storage to give you extra RAM capabilities. So if you want your phone to perform faster, we would suggest setting it to 4 GB of extra RAM. Let's talk about the camera. My favorite feature has returned in the P70. The auto HDR feature. Notice how the background and my face are the same contrast. There is no bleed of light. There is not much glare. Itel put post-processing in their cameras so that you get the best quality of selfies that you can get. The interesting thing about this phone is that it has a flash up in the front here. This works quite well in dimly lit places, but in completely dark places it does get sketchy here and there, but nothing to worry about because not many people go to dark places and take selfies. The camera is actually a 13 megapixel camera. This is a downgrade from the P65, which had a 50 megapixel main camera. This camera, however, does a better job at taking pictures. The MediaTek chip in here helps the phone take faster photos. The video quality is stuck at 1080p 30 fps, which isn't the greatest of qualities, but it's nonetheless what you're going to get at this price point. This is a test of the Itel Power 70. This is 1080p at 30 fps. I'm testing the microphone and the camera. There's a lot of noise from this highway here behind me. How do I look? This is the Itel Power 70, an outdoor camera test. I am shooting at 1080p, 30 fps. The sun just came out. The highway is behind me. There's a lot of noise coming from there, but I'm using this mic. This is an outdoor camera test. I'm shooting at 1080p, 30 fps. I'm shooting at 720p, 30 fps. How am I looking? This is 1080p, 30 fps. How am I looking? It has decent macro capabilities. Even with an absence of a macro camera, it can shoot up close shots of different things such as flowers, leaves, trees, birds, so on and so forth. The camera app comes with 2 special features, the time lapse and the panorama. The panorama allows you to take a wide angle shot of everything while panning your phone around, and the time lapse allows you to take a time lapse. The phone has up to 4 times zoom. It does get a little shaky when you zoom it in 4 times, especially while recording videos. The pictures don't come out as great when you're zooming in that much because it crops it in digitally. It's not an optical zoom that it has, it's a digital zoom. The video quality could be better, especially nowadays, because even the most generic phone is now shooting at 2K 30 FPS. It would be the same as the S25 Ultra, but it's nice to be getting that on a phone like this, just because of how fast and snappy it feels. It feels like it can handle 2K 30 FPS. The camera has a lovely shutter sound, as well as the video. The video sound is quite amazing as well. Whoever the sound designer for those two sounds are, they deserve a raise. This is the special features segment, my favorite segment. There's actually a segment in the settings called special function. For example, the dual app system. You can have two messengers where one can be your personal WhatsApp, one can be your business WhatsApp. Mem Fusion allows you to increase your RAM of up to 4 gigabytes. It does eat into your storage when you do that. So it'll take 4 gigabytes of your storage and 4 gigabytes of RAM. You combine them to make 8 gigabytes total. The dynamic bar is back. It allows you to show notifications, calls, caller IDs, and a face unlock capability. So whenever you're doing a face unlock, it will show up and then give a little smiley face whenever you unlock your phone. Actions and gestures. Start off with quick start. You trace designated gestures on sleeping mobile screen to quickly open apps. So for example, you can trace the letter C to open your camera. You can trace the letter M for music. I haven't assigned any other letters other than C and M, but they work. Amazing. The next one we have is tapping to wake. So obviously double tap on the screen to wake it. And then music gestures. Music gestures allows you to swipe left to change the previous track, swipe right to change the next track, and then swipe down to play, swipe up to pause while your screen is off. That's quite a cool gesture. Flip to mute. Flip to mute allows you to mute incoming calls by turning your phone over. The sensors in the front will sense that you've turned your phone over and it will mute the call instead of you having to press buttons or find another way to mute it. Raise to ear. Raise to ear, when enabled, allows you to answer phone calls by simply doing this gesture. So the phone will sense through its gyroscopic motor that you have raised it to your ear and it will answer the call automatically for you. And finally, answer the calls with a gesture. So I've seen this in a techno phone. This is a call answering gesture. What you do, you either put a peace sign above your phone to answer the call or reject the call by putting 5 fingers and showing the camera. This allows you to use your phone without having to touch it. Let's say you're working, your hands are dirty. You don't want to touch your phone because your hands will be covered in grease if you're a mechanic, or your hands are wrapped in gloves. If you're maybe a doctor, you don't want to touch your phone, it's unsanitary. You just peace sign to answer, high five to mute. Itel has added an IR sensor. This allows you to control things like TVs, ACs, washing machines, dishwashers, so on and so forth. Devices that use remote controls. This inbuilt convenience was quite nice on the S25 Ultra, and it's quite nice on this as well. This phone is set to release during March this year. It retails at between $120 US to $140 US in Zimbabwe. The biggest question of all, should you buy the Itel Power 70? Or rather, should you upgrade from the 65 to the 70? If you need a budget-friendly phone with a big battery for daily use, it's a solid choice. However, if you have an existing P65 and want to upgrade to this one, I would suggest waiting another year. The P65 already has features that this one has. The P65 can run Android 14. It also has Itel OS 14, so you're not getting a different OS or a different version of Android. The camera in the P65 is still good. The only thing that's different is the processor and the design, as well as the charging case. If you want your phone to last longer, your P65 to last longer, this is what you need. So yes, you should upgrade if you want your phone to last over 3 days, no charge. This is also good for gaming, because for very long gaming sessions, let's say you're playing PUBG for like 2 hours, this would be very handy, because whenever I'm playing PUBG, I always look for a charger or something just to plug in my phone to make sure that I have enough battery life. And also, if you're gaming, your hands are resting, so weight really doesn't matter. It actually adds to the experience because your hands are more engaged. Anyways guys, if you like that video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you're new. Turn on our bell notifications to get notified on our latest videos. Special thanks to Itel for letting us review and test their products. Thanks guys, we always appreciate it. Thanks for these really cool water bottles. Appreciate it guys. Anyways, that's my time. Be sure to stay safe, wear your seatbelts, and we'll see you in the next video.